Oh, Michael, I was just wondering, what was the process of getting the job? Did you apply, or were you to show an expression of interest of trying to expand your career? Or
Yeah, I'd say absolutely to that question. I mean, I applied, when was it, 2 weekends ago, I want to say, 2 or 3 weekends ago, and the process was very fast from there. I think definitely having a conversation with coach and just explaining interest level, how serious the position is, and going about it that way. But from there, it was all kind of following the steps of regular appliance to any job, in my opinion, when it came to onboarding and all that different stuff. But really, there was just a love for the team, the game, the program, and this island that went into the decision making to go forward. As far as career, I plotted something similar to this 10 years down the road, and I'm just grateful to be here right now, man. This is it's unbelievable, really. So yeah.
so with this job, was it because it was Hawaii also that like if for any other place that maybe wouldn't have held as much interest for you? Or
1000%. I told Ganot this, man. Like if Kentucky offered me the job, I wouldn't take it. This is Hawaii, man. I care about being here. So yeah.
Josh, go ahead.
Mike, congratulations to you. I know a lot of people have talked about your leadership qualities, even going back to when you were a player. I mean, you may have touched on it a little bit, but when you were a player and showcasing some of those leadership abilities, were you thinking at the time, I could be an assistant coach collegiately or even be like a head coach one day? Did that ever cross your mind as a player?
Never. I don't know why my mind never thought to become a coach or to think in that manner. I always thought I'm going to better the team. I'm going to be whoever I need to be for my teammates to be the best people and players they can be. But coaching was never at the end of the day. It was never a thought at the end of the day. I think even getting to this point, it was like before it kind of presented itself to me. It wasn't a thought process. Like I never even thought about being a coach or considered it. But once it kind of got brought into the picture, this is a dream job. So. Yeah, no, I never thought about being a coach, but yeah, it's crazy.
My other question for you, I saw Gibson Johnson's tweet a little while ago. How excited are you to be back around him?
Man, that guy's a competitor. He's one of my best friends, and I'm ecstatic. Like Gib has taken care of me so much in so many different ways from when I was a player to this day, letting me stay at his house whenever I come back to the island and different stuff like that. I think there's a real brotherhood and a camaraderie there that you can't match with a lot of people, especially teammates and different things like that. I think we've grown really close over the years. So I am geeked, very, very excited to be able to work with him and grow this program and get our guys better with him. So yeah.
Alan, go ahead.
I guess my first one is just kind of simple. I don't think we've heard it. Just what does it mean to you to get this job at Hawaii, and just simply that?
It means the world, man. Hawaii is one of the most special places in the world. To be an assistant coach, to be able to carry the H again. I was talking to the guys before I got presented to them, or as I was getting presented to them, just saying, like, it brings me to tears to walk into the office and understand that this is like, my place, a place for me to be in, and to be able to grow not only myself but everybody around me. That's what it's all about, especially here, is community, man. And so I'm excited about every obstacle and every opportunity that it brings, man. This is a dream job.
And you have one of the unique experiences and perspectives that you were a player for Coach Ganot. How do you think that helps you when you're trying to, what he's trying to say and what he's coaching up, and then be the conduit between the player and the coach?
Yeah, I think there's a ton of continuity on the staff right now, with the addition of me as well, too. And I think just being able to relay, being a person that's been there, but also even within that point, I think there's being somebody who was in the same position as these guys 3 years ago. And being able to relate that to them and understand that they're not alone in their thinking, but there's always ways we can improve, and there's always ways that we can get better. And I think Ganot understood that with me, and a repertoire and a bit of a history with winning in this program. And so I definitely want to bring that here to these guys. And I think Ganot saw that in my skill set as a coach, but also as a player, and just what my personality brings to the table too. So, yeah.
Stephen.
It seems like right now you guys are right in the middle of recruiting, right in the middle of off-season training. What's it like to step into this whirlwind? And have you any time just even pause and just reflect on everything, or is you're just stepping right into the job?
Man, hardly. It's been a whirlwind, but I'm ready for every opportunity. I think I just passed my recruiting exam earlier, actually, and so we get to go on the road this weekend, start looking at some guys, and see how we can make the team stronger and keep building. But yeah, being in the middle of it, of everything, you have to be in the moment just as much as see the future and plan everything out and make sure that everybody back home is being taken care of. But it's been a process, and I'm really appreciative of the people around me, being able to kind of fill in the gaps where I've slipped in a sense, especially with this move, and even the staff taking care of me from before I landed, before this was even a concept. So yeah.
Alan.
87 wins while you were here, still the winningest player in program history. What are some things that you can pull from those experiences that you're hoping to relay to this team now?
Yeah, you got to be adaptable. You always have to respect your opponent. And I think bringing a competitive nature that is not outlandish, but that is dialed in, I think is the biggest thing. That every opportunity or everything that we face during the season is going to be something brand new, and you got to put yourself in that moment. You can't think about what's happening before, after, or even on top of that moment. So definitely want to bring that. That's the mindset that helped me win a lot of those games, be in winning situations, and support teammates in winning situations. Like, a lot of people understand those 87 wins in my freshman year, I didn't play that much. Even my sophomore year, I didn't play that much towards the end of the season. So it was definitely a team effort. I think I was there, and whatever I gave the most of. So trying to encourage guys to do that.
And my last one is just when you step back into Stan Sheriff, which is now Simplify Arena. I don't know if you're onto that, but just what are some things that are memories are immediately going to come flooding back, or have they already started flooding back, and what are things that kind of stand out to you?
Practices, conditioning. The first time we get to see the fans in the arena when we do the green-white scrimmage. Believe it or not, stepping on I know it doesn't say Stan Sheriff probably anymore, but stepping on that name, and it's just special, man. Like, we're the only team in the conference with an arena of this size. I think, yeah, just being in the moment when it comes to all that stuff too is the biggest deal.
Josh.
Just to build on what Stephen was asking about recruiting, how much of your recruitment to Hawaii do you remember that you believe will help you as far as helping in the recruiting process of bringing in the next Rainbow Warrior?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was fit and understanding that if you can encourage guys to understand where and see where they fit in into the process. I know everybody wants to be a star, everybody wants to work to become that, but you have to start somewhere, and it has to make sense. And so definitely understanding fit, seeing the guys that we need, but also learning. I mean, when it comes to recruiting, there's so many ins and outs and innuendos that I want to learn from Montgomery and from Ganot going forward in this process. So, yeah.